Well, welcome back. We are in the kitchen with Janet Seiber, a clinical dietitian at UT Medical Center. And today we have the do's and don'ts when it comes to dining and specifically having high sodium in our diets, right? And this is actually something that's really obviously not beneficial. Having a lot of sodium in your diet, what does that do to your body when you have too much?
Well, too much can lead to high blood pressure for a lot of people. I mean, that's one of the #1 conditions that most Americans face is high blood pressure, and then that can lead to cardiovascular disease. So it's just something that overall affects a large number of people. And then sodium is hidden in so many different foods that we eat.
And this is what's really surprising to me. You've brought bread, okay? And I was like, wait a second. We're doing a segment on sodium bread?
Right, you don't think of bread, but the Heart Association made a list called the Salty Six, and bread was the top of the list as the #1, not the saltiest food per serving, but it's the #1 source of sodium, since we eat bread so often.
We like bread, yes.
Right, so comparing different ones, this farmhouse sourdough is 230 milligrams per slice.
Okay.
So if you eat a sandwich with 2 slices, that's almost 500.
Yeah.
The whole grain bread is 100% whole wheat. We've cut that in half. This is about 110 per slice. And then if you want to really go low, or if you have high blood pressure, or for some reason, this low sodium bread is almost misleading. There's 0 milligrams of sodium in this.
Oh.
So if you really want to drop it down, there are some options.
Oh, that's super interesting.
And that's found in the freezer section of the store.
And then this one I probably could have called lunch meat.
Right.
Yeah.
Processed meats, again, the Heart Association recommends eating processed meats around 2 to 3 times per week. But that's really like bacon, sausage, and then also our lunch meats. But this brand, the Simplicity All Natural Smoked Turkey Breast, this boar's head, is only 250 milligrams per serving. And they have other, a lot of other options, but one other option, their blackened option, is 700 milligrams per serving. So just making different choices within the brands.
And looking at that, especially if you've got a sandwich with the lunch meat and then you've got the bread as well.
If you use the higher options, we've made it a lot more.
Now you did bring some other options as well, because I was thinking I like to put a lot of salt on my food when I'm cooking, but you've brought some spices and some other things that you can kind of substitute for that.
Well, and some people may have herbs growing at home, and that's a great way to season and add really just a punch of fresh flavor. And I like to use vinegars when I'm cooking, but then Mrs. Dash makes several different seasoning blends, and these are all sodium free and just blends of herbs and spices there. And just getting into your spice cabinet, whenever you can add a little bit more of these things, then you may not have to use as much salt
and be able to kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yes.
Well, great. Thank you so much for the tips. Hopefully you all can incorporate these in the kitchen and eat a little bit healthier. Well, when we come back, team